Hey everybody, welcome into Love Goddess Tarot. Today's pick a card love reading is going to focus on your next boyfriend. And you have 4 choices from the Animal Spirit Oracle. Group 1 has the oyster, Group 2 has the cheetah, Group 3 has the firefly, and Group 4 has the starfish. So take a moment, see which energy is calling to you. If you feel like drawn to more than one, be sure to listen to both. You never know, the messages could be contained in more than one pile. These are general readings, so take what works, leave the rest. Not everything will be meant for you, but I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised where your intuition has led you. It's pretty amazing. So welcome to my channel. Let's get started. The timestamps are below. Hi there. So you are drawn to the oyster today. I love it. I love shells, in case you can't tell. And I don't have an oyster shell on here. I have tons of oyster shells. Obviously, oysters are where pearls are found. So they have like an extra layer because they have that surprise inside in some of them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by reading you your message from the Animal Spirit Oracle. And then we're going to go from there and see what's going on with you in terms of love and your next boyfriend. So let's start with, let me pull up the oyster message for you. The oyster, of course, is patient, a secret keeper, of course, because you have that surprise pearl in there. It's about hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted, right? So this is really a focus on that inner gift, that pearl inside, those pearls of wisdom. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it that you're hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. So I want you to think about that message. It's about generosity. This is about clamming up, right? Maybe you're clamming up. Maybe you have someone you really want to share something with and tell them how you feel and you have a hard time doing it. Maybe you have some sort of talent you're keeping to yourself. Maybe you aren't. Maybe you're operating in a really great way as the oyster. Maybe you're feeling blessed and generous and sharing your gifts with the world. But in order to bring this energy into balance, if you are feeling clammed up or if you are feeling blocked off in love or something, sharing something is the way to open it up. So there's something you have to share, share it, okay? Because this is part of the energy that is around you right now when it comes to connecting and connecting with this person. So let's see. I'm going to pull some cards about your next boyfriend. For number 1, 5 of Wands reversed. Okay. That can be that hesitance to engage. That can be feeling overwhelmed by competition or by people around you. Ooh, hanging on to something. I see. That's what we're blocked. Ooh, oh, wow. Okay, 7 of Swords, King of Wands. Reversed. Okay. Well, oyster, and you have the water sign king. How about that? See, he's got the fish necklace. The King of Cups reversed. We don't love the King of Cups when he's reversed, or the 7 of Swords on top of him. Okay, we need to talk. All right, so let's start with the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands is reversed, and this talks about having a lot of opinions or competition or people around you, okay, that makes things difficult when it comes to making decisions, or this could be your internal conflict over a situation. Okay, so use your inner guidance system, trust it, no matter what other people say. And also, don't avoid conflict. It feels like you're avoiding something here. Okay, if you continue to avoid whatever this ending is that needs to happen, it's just going to keep causing you problems and persisting. Okay, it feels like there's something going on with this person, whoever this represents, the King of Cups. The King of Cups could be a water sign. They don't have to be, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it's generally somebody who is very emotional when the King of Cups is upright. You know, the King of Cups, when they're upright, is somebody who's very balanced, somebody who's very sensitive, somebody who's very connected, empathetic, intuitive, all of that. When it's reversed, the emotions are out of balance, okay? And he has to do something to sort of settle his emotions, okay? It could also be about repressing emotions. So it could be that your next person, now, let me just say this, I should have said this at the beginning. Sometimes these, even though my intention is to bring in messages about your next boyfriend, this reading could be really resonating with you about your personality, okay? You can be drawn to that oyster because it's you that's repressing your emotions. It's you that has to end something, but there's a lot of conflict around it, and you're having a hard time opening up and speaking your truth, okay? This could also be your person's energy. They could be having a lot of feelings for you, or wanting to say something, and they're not able to open up and speak, okay? So whichever resonates, take that message, leave the rest, okay? But this is about needing to communicate what you're feeling. Now, what someone's feeling, look at this, is Seven of Swords. This is deception, okay? This is the liar card. This is the cheat card. This is somebody trying to get away with something card. So we don't love that. That's why I said we need to talk, because it's like, is that you? Are you lying to yourself about something? Or is this someone you know, or someone you're in a connection with that you need to end the connection, the relationship? Because this is betrayal. This is some sort of thief. This is someone lying or using you for them, you know, something for themselves. Or it could be you, you know, I don't know. But the Seven of Swords indicates a person who is taking up a lot of energy to be around, okay? Somebody who you have to be careful of. So I don't love it. I don't love that that's connected. Now we're talking about who's your next boyfriend. Well, if this person is your next boyfriend, I would say be very careful of them, okay? And if you're in a relationship right now, I would say there's definitely some sort of conflict you're avoiding, or some sort of ending that needs to happen, okay? Let me see what we can get about the Death card reversed. Six of Pentacles. That's an imbalance of resources, sharing, that's connected to possibly money with the Six of Pentacles there. You see someone is very generous. Somebody is giving like their money to two people, or helping out two people. What's interesting is there are three people in this picture. And in relationships, we don't really want three people in the picture. We also see him holding 4 swords in his hand, and 2 are on the ground and 1 is in his hand. Those are 3, okay? So is it some sort of choice around a third party situation? Could be cheating, could be somebody like an ex that they are providing support for financially, but there's something that is out of balance, okay? This has to end, whatever it is. Yeah, this is about sharing wealth. This is fairness. This is money, financial security. It's about giving, even if it's not money, it's about giving your time, your energy to help others. Or it can be about receiving that generosity. So is there a secret about money? Is there a secret that has to come out? Is there some sort of funneling of money to someone that feels like it? Now, if you haven't met this person and you're not dating at all, I would be super careful, ask lots of questions when it comes to, you know, how much time and energy this person's giving you versus giving someone else. There's something about an imbalance here, and there's something about a third party. There's some sort of secret. Ooh, sorry about that. But this is what's coming through. And if this doesn't resonate, obviously listen to another pile. But you chose the oyster, so here we are, right? Four of Pentacles. Wow, a lot about money and holding on. See, security. Fours are about security. This is about some sort of fear of letting go of what you have. Death card reversed in order to move forward. There's some sort of fear here. That's also very much like the oyster message, which is about being clammed up, right? Not opening up, not sharing. There's something you don't want to share. That's what I'm thinking. And that might need to end, okay? Or someone could be keeping a secret from you, or you could be keeping a secret from them, okay? So honesty is the best policy. The Four of Pentacles is about stability and foundation. Maybe you've worked hard to build something up and it hasn't been easy for you. You also may be looking for more stability in your life, especially around money and finance. So I feel like that's what you have to watch out for. There's something about relationships coming up in your next boyfriend where there's a secret, or there's something that you're holding back, or something that has to end. You don't want the conflict, or they don't want the conflict, but it's definitely out of balance. There's some sort of manipulation possibly, and even deception. So I want you to be super careful, okay? I'm going to pull one from the Goddess Oracle just to see if we can get something else here. Libra, okay? It's interesting because Libra's about balance. And so you see the scales here too, which is a symbol of Libra. So there could be a Libra involved, or someone, an ex-husband, a marriage partner, could be your person's ex that they're financially supporting. But there's something you're going to want to get to the bottom of, okay? And remember the message of the oyster was sharing. The Six of Pentacles is about sharing. There's something that you need to share, okay? You need to not be afraid to share it. You need to be open and speak the truth. That's your message for today. Oh my gosh, this was wild. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It's free, it's easy, it helps my channel, it helps me keep coming back and bringing free content. If you'd like a private reading, you want a personal reading, you have a love question, you're confused, you need clarity about your life, about love, you can book a 3-card or a 6-card reading where I can answer your questions like who you'll marry, how you'll meet, anything that you are confused about or need clarity about. Just use the link below. It's recorded just like this. You watch it on a private link right here. I try to do them in about a week, depending on how many and how busy I am that week. I try to do it sooner, but a week is what I like to give, because that's pretty average, okay? I am sending you lots of love. I'll talk to you soon. Hi there. You were drawn to the message of the cheetah today, and we're going to look at anything that comes through about your next boyfriend. And the cheetah energy is about solar force, the sun. It's about taking action. It's very masculine energy. It's about achievement. It's about moving fast, okay? Think about a cheetah. A cheetah sees something it wants and it runs. I mean, I forget how fast they go, but they run really fast. So let me read to you from the oracle message about the cheetah, and then we're going to pull cards for you about specifics. So the cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah, it shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah. Forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to why before you start running. When in balance, you achieve anything. You have boundless energy. When you're out of balance, you're impatient and competitive. And to bring it into balance, reconnect to your purpose, okay? So there's a couple of ways this can work. You could be attracted to the cheetah because this is the energy of the person you're going to date, or this could be your energy, okay? So bear that in mind as we go through, because this is a general reading. Obviously, if you're feeling confused and you need clarity about love, about who you'll marry, whether you'll get married or whether you'll be in a relationship, whatever it is, you can get a private reading. Use the links below. But for today, what I want you to keep in mind is that this could be your energy. This could be your person. Sometimes we're attracted because we need to hear those messages, okay, in these general pick-a-cards. Okay, so is it that you need, and it'll resonate. Did that resonate with you? Do you need to be more assertive to know what it is you're going for? And are you feeling impatient? Are you feeling competitive? Then you need to reconnect to your purpose, okay? This can also indicate somebody who's extremely assertive, aggressive, alpha, masculine energy coming into your life, possibly a Leo, okay? Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius are the fire signs. This is obviously a cheetah, so we're thinking cat here, probably more so Leo energy, but we're going to pull cards. It can be just someone who has those qualities, okay? But let's get started. Let's see what comes through for you. Aha, this is Leo energy, Six of Wands reverse, the Well reverse. Okay, I'm turning them over so you can see them. Obviously, they came through reversed, so the energy can be blocked for some reason. Now, what's interesting about the Well is a card that is only in this deck. It's an extra card, and the Well is an earth energy. It's the birthplace of ideas. It's about inspiration. It's about transformation. It's about, knowledge flowing freely, right? It's, if you see, she's looking off into the distance. She's really connected to that well, right? But when it's reversed, it's about endings and something being cold or stagnant. And the Six of Wands is some sort of blocked energy. So it's interesting because your first message was you needing to, and I do believe this was for you, but it could be, again, it can be your person, needing to connect to what inspires you, right? What is it that matters? And I feel like there's something that you're needing to get back to, who you are, or, oh, excuse me, I just dropped something. Who you are. I knocked stuff off my desk because my desk is so packed. If you could see, if you could see what's all over. Like, I have so many decks. I've got my crystals, I've got all the my charm bowl, I've got all my extra decks, I've got all the extra dice. I have like everything I could ever want to use in a reading, just in case I feel like I want to use it. So that's what I have. But anyway, I don't know why I had to go off on that. But anyway, I knock stuff off all the time because it's too crowded. Anyway, okay, so the Six of Wands, back to the Six of Wands. You can see this is like someone who's celebrating, who's successful. This is a milestone being reached. This is some sort of good news, hard work paying off, that kind of thing. When it's reversed, it's feeling discouraged. It's losing confidence. It's not being recognized. But the message here is not to lose hope, right? The message here is that you need to get that masculine energy back. You need to get that excitement back. This is about finding your way back to what your blessings are. Don't look outside of yourself for validation. The cheetah doesn't need anybody's permission to do anything, okay? So this is really saying to you, don't allow anybody else to tell you what being happy and successful is. Only you decide that, okay? So that's those two. If there's something that you want to go for creatively, or there's some job you want, or some dream you have, don't let anyone else like decide if that is success, okay? Because part of you connecting with this person is about that dream or that drive that you need. Yeah, you're stuck somewhere. This is about not moving on. There's something that you're stuck about, a partnership, a relationship. This is about moving on and leaving conflict behind. This is about being stuck. So I feel like you need to get moving. This is the message that keeps coming through. Whether it's the cheetah or the Six of Swords reversed, there's something about you needing to move on from a person, a situation. You might be holding on to something that you know you need to let go of, or you're resisting change, or not wanting to get to the next step, okay? If you keep holding on, you're delaying your journey, and you have so much, right? Because if you turn these around, then you have this creative excitement, you have, you driving towards your dreams, you being recognized, feeling successful. You don't, so there's something about you being stuck. I just want you to have that. Okay, so I want to pull another card about the Six of Swords here. Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about rest. It's about recuperation. It's about taking a step back, right, from a situation, a timeout, some sort of recovery or time to contemplate, to recharge, okay? When it's reversed, this is also showing some sort of burnout, okay? Rest is really important. And I just feel like it's just so interesting because you have the message of rest, you have this energy of being stuck, not feeling recognized. There's some sort of delay or block. Whatever's going on in your life, I think that the idea of getting out in the sun, the idea of reconnecting with your drive and purpose is connected to you and love. I'm going to pull a card on the cheetah for you. Oh, wow. Yeah. Look at him. He's been battered and bruised. He's tired. He's got a bandage around his head. This is connected to Aries energy. So this is fire. This is also the nines. Nines are about being really close to reaching your goal. So the universe is saying here, you're very close to reaching your goal. Don't give up. okay? Don't give up. Even if you feel like no one's noticing you, or even if you feel like you're burnt out from dating, don't give up, because this is closer than you think. You just need to regroup. You need to hang on. This is the card of hang in there, it's coming, okay? And for me, it feels like a fire sign person. Yep, I just opened the deck in the middle and look who came up. So the King of Wands, yeah, this is a fire sign person. The message here is to hang in there. They're coming. Maybe you've had a period of not dating, or maybe you've had a period where you're stuck in a situation, or you're burnt out from dating. You haven't been recognized. This is about going back to the well, connecting with who you are, staying strong in who you are, because you definitely have love coming. This is, I love this card, the Nine of Wands, because it's really like, you're so close, hang in there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was within 9 weeks. I kind of feel, let's just say within 9 months, okay? But I don't think it's far off for you to meet this person. I'm gonna pull you a message from the Aphrodite Oracle. Sandals, Aphrodite's shoe, comfort, travel. Ooh, wands are travel too. Summer. Ooh, we're in summer. Feet, number 38. Love will sweep you off your feet. Oh my God, the cheetah. Talk about love will sweep you off your feet. Okay, so we could have something coming this summer, next summer at the latest. So yeah, there could be a connection through travel, going on a vacation, doing something you want to do. But yeah, summer with the fire and the cheetah message, which is ruled by the sun, it's a solar card, is amazing. So hang in there. Maybe taking a trip because you're burnt out from work, maybe, where you're not getting recognized, where you're not feeling inspired. Maybe you're the Leo, but you have fire energy coming in as well. Okay, it could be an Aries. Wow, that's your reading. Okay, as I said earlier, if you need clarity, if you're feeling like you're not sure of your future path when it comes to love, you want to know who you'll marry, how you'll meet, go ahead and book a private reading. The links are below in the description box. You can get a 3-card or a 6-card where I video record it just like this, just for you. And you can ask me any questions you have. It takes about a week. I try to do it in less than a week. It depends on how many requests I have. And you watch it right here on a private link. So it's super easy. I am sending you lots of love. Have a good one. Hey, number 3, you chose the Firefly today, and today we're going to look at messages about your next boyfriend. The way this works is with pick-a-cards, you were drawn to this card. So this could represent your energy, the messages around the Firefly, or they could be your person coming in. So you'd be the judge of that based on what resonates. As always, these are general readings, so take what works, leave the rest. If you have, if you feel like you need clarity about your direction and your path when it comes to love and whether you'll get married and whether you'll meet someone, you can get a private reading. I'm going to tell you how to do that at the end of today's video. Okay, so the Firefly. The Firefly is inspired and fantastic, yet it's quick. So think about a firefly, how it you see it and then it goes away quickly, right? So the Firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the Firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we don't catch it. There is a Firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? So when it's in balance, it writes, creates, and brainstorms. And when it's out of balance, it's burnt out and feels dull. So to bring it into balance, the advice is write a poem, draw. So is there something that if you're feeling dull, for example, if this is your message, if you're feeling dull, if you're feeling like you're burnt out, this is about getting in touch with your creativity, okay? Something that, some idea, something that's, you've thought of, something that comes in really quick. You know how you have those moments and you're like, you have this great idea or you have this thought or something. You have to act on it, right? You can't sit around and stew about it forever or it's gone. This can also be about an attraction that's very strong but quick, and maybe it's a short-term connection. Okay, it could be someone you meet, you're really like, oh my God, you're crazy about them, or they're crazy about you, and then it ends quickly. We're gonna see, I'm gonna pull cards, okay? It could also be that this person shows interest, comes into your life, and it's like quick, and you have to act on it. You know what I mean? Maybe the circumstances around your meeting are such that you have to move quickly, okay? But we'll see. Let's see what comes through. Wow, 10 of Wands, that's fire energy. So we're on the right path here. Nine of Pentacles, Hangman, upright. So it's turned around, reversed. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Wow. So here's what I see. The Magician really is kind of like that firefly, because you have all of these gifts and talents. The wand is like the spark that's able to kind of bring it all together, that fire, that inspiration, because wands represent the spark that ignites them. You need the communication skills, you need the emotional investment, you need the practicality of the pentacles, the money to back your idea. This is about being very independent and overworked. This is about success and enjoying all of your hard work. There's something here about work, of manifesting your dreams when it comes to your next relationship. Okay, I'm really curious by this card, the Hangman upright, because this is about seeing something from a different perspective. Okay, the Hangman is about a pause. It's about taking time. It's about sort of allowing things to happen. Surrender is a good word for the Hangman. But when it's reversed, it's refusing to look at things from a different perspective, okay? It's closed-minded, okay? So there's some situation you really could need to shift and change your perspective on, and it could be about, it could be connected to work, to being independent, to sharing some responsibilities with someone, having a partner. There's something that you have to resist the urge to be stubborn about something. And it could be that you need to learn something new, or take some of your skills and act on something, right? I feel like with the 10 of Wands, somebody is coming in that this person that you're going to date is going to be helpful, okay? I feel like maybe you have been struggling or had a lot on your plate, okay? You might be feeling burnt out. You might have a lot of responsibilities, but it's like release what you can't carry and only focus on what is most important. That's where you need to make a shift, okay? I feel like there's a message here around needing to have fun and get out and enjoy yourself. I feel like you're working really hard, or you're burnt out from work, or you're just so independent that you're not kind of letting things in that are sort of outside of the realm of of what you're used to. Because think of a firefly, it's dark and then all of a sudden it lights up the sky. So I feel like this person's going to come in quickly and you're going to have to kind of act on it and not just think, oh, well, they'll be there tomorrow, or I can go out another day. I'm going to focus on work. And it's great to focus on work and to be successful, but you have to enjoy your success. You can't just make money and not enjoy it, you know? And the magician has the ability to manifest anything. They wave their wand and they make it happen, okay? So this is something about connecting with love because of, I feel, a personal project, something that you're passionate about. I feel like new opportunities are coming when it comes to love, definitely. And this is about success for you, okay? And there's success here as well. But you also have to learn to share the burden and to work in a partnership. So that's part of it. And that's where you have to change your perspective. Now, in terms of signs, zodiac signs of potential partners, we have Pisces here and Virgo and Gemini, okay? Now, I'm going to pull a card about the perspective shift, the Hangman reversed. I want another card about that. Queen of Cups. Ooh, okay. Queen of Cups, interesting. So this is Pisces energy. Queen of Cups could be Pisces, but it's more about that water sign, that emotions. The Queen of Cups is in her feelings, okay? She's got a lot of feelings. And when she's reversed, those feelings are either blocked or out of balance, okay? This can also be about needing to take care of yourself. Sometimes when this comes through reversed, I feel like you could be burning yourself out with that 10 of Wands and the Firefly. And this is where the perspective needs to shift, okay? This is a sign to set some boundaries. Don't stretch yourself too thin. You're an empath, right? You take on the emotions of others. And you have to learn to empathize, but maintain separation. You also could be suppressing your emotions or your intuition and ignoring them and not telling someone how you really feel. And that is kind of blocking you because this, like I said, I feel like this person, this opportunity, this next relationship or energy around you comes in quickly. So you can't waste time, okay? You can't waste time. You have to express your feelings and let them out. Wow. Okay. I'm going to pull a card on the Firefly. Aha, 7 of Cups. Yes, these cups are emotions again. 7 of Cups is about having a lot of choices, also not being sure what's real, what's not real, okay? Wow, that's kind of interesting. 7s are also about, they're connected to the Chariot. So it's about moving on. It's about spiritual lessons. 7 is a very spiritual number. But what's interesting about this is that, you know, it's coming through reversed, okay? So when the 7 of Cups is upright, it's about choices and opportunities. And, you know, you can see there's all different cups here and we don't know what's going on, right? Not everything is what it seems. We're not sure. And you have to choose your path wisely and trust your intuition. So this is about not also daydreaming, but it's like the 7 of Cups is about daydreaming and not taking action. The Hangman's about not taking action. And the Magician is about taking your gifts and using them. You have to take action. The Firefly is about taking action. So I see a theme here. When it's reversed, it can be that you're overwhelmed. You don't know what decision is right for you, okay? You also could be trying so many different things and feeling overwhelmed. It can also be that you're looking at the outside of someone and not really trusting, not connecting with people based on what's inside and blocking the emotional connection. So what I want you to do is to go for it, okay? To take care of yourself. And, first and foremost, when the Queen of Cups comes reversed, just in case you're really not taking care of yourself, it can be a couple of different things. It can be you're blocking your emotions, you're not expressing them, being confused. This is about you sharing the burdens, creating healthy boundaries, acting on your dreams, and not just fantasizing about them. So when someone comes in, you have to actually go for it, okay? And I do see somebody coming in, and it's going to really change and shift your perspective, okay? This person's going to really shift things for you. Okay, so in terms of signs, as I said, we have Mercury, we have Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces, okay? Let's see what message you're going to get from Aphrodite. Oh, you've got a couple. You have grape leaves, Aphrodite's plant, growth, harvest, earth, garden. Your relationships must be nurtured. That could be that Queen of Cups energy, right? Needing to actually act on it. When that spark hits, you have to keep it going. You can't just rely on that, okay? Roses, Aphrodite's flower, devotion, true love, affectionate, safety. Number 9, this love is a gift. So you do have someone coming in. Roses are a very romantic and also devotion, a symbol of devotion. This person's going to be devoted to you. And there is safety in this connection, but you have to nurture it. You have to open up, right? You have to not just focus on work. You have to let someone in, let them help, okay? Take your dreams and make them real. It takes actual physical action. That's your messages. That's your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, if you're confused, if you need guidance about your path, about love, you want some clarity when it comes to relationships for you, what's coming in the future, you can get a private reading. Go ahead and book one. You can ask me any questions you have. Just email me the questions after you make your payment, or you can write it right in the PayPal. There's a portion for you to write your email address you want the report sent to, as well as your questions. It takes about a week. I try to do them in less than, if I can. It depends on the volume that week. 3-card or 6-card. I record it just like this, and you watch it on a private link right here. So you can get your own reading right here. I am sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon. Hi, number 4, you chose the starfish today, and today we're looking at messages about your future boyfriend. And the starfish you were drawn to could represent your energy. It could represent the energy of the person coming in. We'll see how where the reading takes us. But what I'm going to do to start with is read you the message from the Oracle book about the guidebook about the message of the starfish, and that'll get us started. Then I'm going to pull cards for you, and we're going to see what messages come through about your next boyfriend. So if this energy that I'm going to read to you about sounds like you, then the message might be for you, or if it doesn't, it could be the person coming in, okay? So the starfish is beautiful, alluring, and sometimes can be shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell. The problem is these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? So when it's in balance, it's uplifting, artistic, and expressive. When it's out of balance, it gossips and feels empty. To bring it into balance, positive friends. Positive friends is really important for this card and this energy. So if you're feeling like the people around you are maybe, you know, they're just like light friends that are, you know, they're okay, but you're not really sure they really care about you per se, or there's superficial connections. Well, maybe you want to focus on people that are actually deeper and really caring, okay? Now, it can also mean that generally speaking, you attract people because you're so beautiful, or you're very attracted to people based on their beauty, which who isn't? We all lead with that in some ways. But this is about not only finding someone like that, but also connecting at a deeper level. So let's see what comes through for this person. What are we talking about for number 4? Oh, wow. Knight of Wands, fire sign, boom. Exciting, passionate. This kind of sweeps you off your feet energy, though. And this kind of person can come in really quickly, be a love bomber, and then move off just as quickly. That's kind of the bad rap. The positive side of this person is that they are exciting. They're very passionate. And again, it's that sweep you off your feet energy. So let's see. Ooh, wow. Lots of movement, lots of opportunities. It seems like you're going to be very busy in the future. This can also mean that this person has a lot of people that they're dating. So the 8 of Wands, when this comes up in a love reading, for me, it's a very strong indication of online dating, like apps. Hinge, whatever. Lately, there's been a lot of people saying good things about Hinge, but it's not for everyone. It can mean meeting this person through Hinge, okay? But let's keep going. Aha. Queen of Swords. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. We don't want that. Okay. So, here's what we see. The Queen of Swords reversed, 7 of Swords, and the Death card. So, this is definitely about ending some sort of energy that is not serving you, okay? The Queen of Swords is strong, she's smart, she's ambitious. When she's reversed, either she's let her emotions get in the way, or the opposite, she's not connecting in a deep way, okay? There's something that's out of balance in the way that she's making decisions, and it could be the 7 of Swords, like either deceiving herself, lying to herself, or hanging on to an ex, hanging on to or connecting with people that aren't honest, right? The 7 of Swords can be cheats, so you really want to be careful here. I'm going to pull more cards on this person, but what I think is going on over here is the universe is saying, if this is how you have been in relationships, that has to end, okay? Which is, again, back to that starfish message of, you know, connecting in a deep way, right? And also, when have you allowed other people to kind of sideline your dreams? That's the other thing, okay? The 8 of Wands at the center here of your reading is fast-moving forward energy. This is fast-moving energy too. This is about being in the flow of the universe, and opportunities are everywhere. okay? But it's also important for you to keep focused and to protect and nurture your goals, which was the message of the starfish. So the Eight of Wands wants to bring you to your dreams. There's a lot flying in the air, but we don't know where it's going to land. Here, there's something holding you back. So it has to be released so that you can take advantage, expand. This can also be you connecting with someone who's from a foreign country or someone you meet when you're traveling. I'm going to pull a card on the Knight of... you know what, actually, no, I'm going to pull a card on... Let's pull a card on this. This is kind of the important stuff over here because it really needs to... This is positive, so we're fine here. We're happy. This is great. What we want to know is about this energy because this could block you from this. Okay. So let's pull a card on the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords, upright, excuse me, and the Death card here. Oh, Ten of Cups reversed. Okay. Interesting. So, with the Ten of Cups, first of all, tens tell me that there, again, is another message about an ending that needs to happen in order for there to be a new beginning, which the Death card does as well. The Ten of Cups reversed is that a message that there could be some like communication problems in relationship. You know, the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords are all about communication. It can also be that you need a deeper connection with someone. Okay, and that the relationships of the past, or maybe even a marriage, wasn't the connection you needed. Okay, they weren't at the same level, and this causes frustration. Okay, it can also mean that work can take a priority over relationships, and this is a sign that you need to reconnect and nurture relationships. And I feel like that's the message overall. I feel like you're going to meet someone and they have a lot of potential and there's like a lot of expansion with this connection, but you're going to have to put in the effort and really connect with them in a deep way. Both of you are going to have to do that. Okay. I'm going to pull one more card and then we're going to look at the Aphrodite Oracle. Trust your intuition, Two of Swords. So yeah, you have a relationship connection. You have a choice coming up. Twos are about partnership. They're also about choices. Okay, and again, it's back to the swords. We had the Queen here, could be an Aquarius, this could be you, Libra. Seven of Swords there. We have the Two of Swords reversed, okay? The Two of Swords is saying that there's some sort of decision or choice coming up for you when it comes to love. And I feel like for you, it's again, back to the message of the starfish, which is about going deeper, not just judging somebody by their looks, really connecting in a deep way, okay? This is you learning how to trust your own intuition and not letting others cloud your judgment. The Queen of Swords could also represent a female energy around you who's clouding your judgment, okay? So I want you to really focus on getting back in touch and trusting your intuition, okay? Because you're disconnected in some way and there's definitely some sort of ending that has to happen over here. And this is about connecting in an emotional way, in a very deep way, and finding a lot of happiness. Well, this is available to you. It's just that you have to want it. You have to put your attention there. Okay, so in terms of signs coming in, what we see here is Leo, Sag, Aries. Okay, so now let's see what Aphrodite has for you. Ooh. That's definitely the Knight of Wands. Lust, desire, reckless, fickle, obsession, sweep you off your feet energy. There is lust first, then love. So it is possible with this person. Okay, so there's the physical is first, but go beyond the physical. Okay, it's important because that's how you get to this. There you go. That's your reading. If you're interested in getting some clarity about your love life, your future, whether you'll get married or not, what your relationships hold, go ahead and book a private reading using the links in the description box. I do 3-card or 6-card. I record them just like this. It takes about a week. I try to do them in less than a week, so it depends on how many requests I have. You can ask me any love question and I will help give you some guidance about that and clarity about your love future. I am sending you lots of love. Take care. I'll see you soon.